Hey Carnivore Warriors! Today we're going to talk about travel food. Now, I want to make a few things clear right off the bat. Number one, the food I'm going to show to you today is not the ideal carnivore diet. What's the ideal carnivore diet? Go to your butcher, get some meat, get some eggs, cook it up fresh, obviously. This is survival food. This is food that's good to eat if you don't necessarily have refrigeration, you're going to be in the car for a while, and we'll even talk about good airplane food choices today. The second thing I want to make clear is this is not necessarily great weight loss food. So if that's your primary goal, you're probably going to want to figure something else out. The third thing I want to tell you is not everything here is 100% clean carnivore ingredients. So if you're considering anything that I show you today, make sure you check the ingredients and see if it has spices that you can handle or other ingredients that you prefer not to eat. One more thing before I get started showing you some food. A lot of people say, just fast. If you're worried about not having access to the right foods to eat, just don't eat. And while I agree that that is an effective way of not eating the wrong foods when you're trying to maintain a carnivore diet, it's not a great solution for everybody. And I'm one of the people that it's not a great solution for. Why? I'm not a good bored faster. If I'm fasting, I'm rearranging my sock drawer. I am solving all the world's problems. I'm taking extra long walks because I personally need to stay really busy when I'm fasting. If you're a person who can fast while you're traveling, then do that. It's a great option. But for the rest of us, here are some good ideas. Pork rinds, sardines. These have been getting a lot of press lately in the carnivore communities. Here are two that are worth considering. Polar brand sardines that have a smoked flavor and Fishwife brand sardines that come with preserved lemon. Some people love sardines. Some people hate them. I think you have to try several different brands and several different flavors. These I happened to find on sale through Thrive Market, which made them a little bit more reasonably priced. Otherwise, they're kind of expensive. The other thing I'll say about sardines is sometimes they have a strong aroma when you open them. No, you're good. Is it still recording? Okay. Sometimes they have a strong aroma. So if you're going to eat these on a car trip, you might want to wait until you pull over for a rest stop. Noodle Revolution noodles. These are made from egg whites. You can mix them together with a lot of different things. Other canned fishes. These are kipper snacks. What are kipper snacks? I'm so glad you asked. Naturally smoked boneless fillets of herring in brine and own juice. I actually find that these have a milder flavor than sardines, so you might like them better. There's a moth flying around. Okay. Canned beef. This is Keystone brand. And what's in it? I'm so glad you asked. Again, beef, sea salt. Emergency rations? Here we go. I'm gonna wait until this lawnmower guy goes past. Now, why do I say these are good car snacks? Well, for one thing, this is a really big bag of pork rinds. It wouldn't be exactly practical to carry this on a carry-on bag on an airplane when you don't have a lot of space. What about the rest of these? I looked it up to remind myself, and there is a 3.4 ounce limit on anything that has liquid in it. That frequently includes canned goods. Now, some airlines might let you bring canned goods on, some might not. I say it's not worth the risk that you might bring a bunch of food that you have to throw away and not eat. So these are great for the car, but liquid-wise, they're all more than 3.4 ounces. This one's 3.53. So close. Meat sticks and jerky. So check the ingredients. Some are more carnivore-friendly than others, but I've got here an assortment of Paleo Valley, Thrive Market, Country Archer, and Biltong. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I did Google it, and that's how the interwebs say to pronounce it. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Any of these things are good for sticking in a purse, in a carry-on bag, in a backpack, and you've got a nice protein-packed snack to eat while you're on an airplane. or in a car. If you're not in the mood for dry, chewy food, I recommend checking out these packets from Wild Planet. This is organic shredded beef. This is wild pink salmon. And guess what? These packets are only 3 ounces each. That means we can put them in our carry-on bags. Woohoo! 2 brands of carnivore-friendly bars. We have Power Pucks and we have carnivore bars. Power Pucks. The ingredients are grass-fed beef, tallow, prime protein, which is grass-fed beef isolate, pork rinds, cooked in pork fat, and salt. The slightly shorter ingredient list for carnivore bars is grass-finished beef, grass-finished tallow, Redmond real salt. Neither one of these are honestly my favorite thing to eat. However, it's survival food, so I know if I'm hungry enough, this will provide the sustenance and the calories that I need. They do come in different flavors. I have tried the different flavors of Power Pucks that have stevia in them, and honestly, they taste better than the natural, no flavoring, no sweetener version. That might not be a good thing. One of these giant Power Pucks has 1,000 calories in it. That's a good portion of your caloric intake that you need for the day. If you're just looking for something that's a little bit sweet and already portioned out smaller for you, they make smaller, mini, what are they called? Pocket Power Pucks. These do come in different flavors, and again, they're pretty filling and you could pop 1 or 2 in your mouth and be good to go. Okay, I've saved my most creative idea for last. So let's say you're tired of eating food straight out of the package and you want to mix things up. Let's say have a little recipe that you put together on that airplane. I think I've got a pretty good idea for you. Start with an empty thermos. And I'm actually planning to take this thermos and use it for making soup. Yes, soup. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. There's a company called Bare Bones that makes these packets of broth. So you can pack these into your bag. They are dry powder and you add them to hot water and it gives you a broth. Now, I bought these not realizing all the ingredients that were in them. Some of those ingredients include spices that don't necessarily work very well for me, and apparently chicory root fiber. So if that's a no for you, skip it altogether. So what can we use instead, you're asking? Why, I have the perfect plan for you. Inside my thermos, I'm going to be packing 1 scoop of Equip brand protein powder. This is just beef protein. The ingredient is grass-fed beef protein powder, pretty simple. 1 tablespoon of beef gelatin and a sprinkle of salt. That will keep until I'm ready to make my actual soup. Now, soup is more than just broth, as you know, so what else will I be putting in here? Enter my packet of organic shredded beef. I'll put that beef into my thermos, and when the flight attendant comes by and asks if there's anything in particular I need, I'll ask for some hot water. They use it for making coffee, they use it for making tea, they're gonna use it for making my soup. So, beef soup. If you want a little bit more fat in your soup, there are a couple of different ways you can take care of that. One is to take these stackable containers, brand is Stacks, they are airtight, they can hold liquids, and put in the bottom container, or any of the containers, your butter. I'm planning to put butter in this largest container and a couple of different types of salt here at the top because I'm gonna wanna salt my soup also. So Redmond salt, smoked salt, whatever works for you. If you're nervous about bringing butter on the plane, I've got It's Just Butter powder. What are the ingredients? Grass-fed butter powder, and that's it. So you could put that butter powder in one of these also, and once you add it to your soup, you've got fat, you've got protein, you've got gelatin, you've got salt, so you've got electrolytes, and it makes a meal. Almost done.
Like, surprisingly smart. All of this.
Thank you.
Like,
all right.
Like, all of this planning is
Cool.
actually cool. All right.
So these are my ideas for the day. If you have things that you want to add to this list, please put them in the comments. I'd love to know, particularly for airplane travel, things with less than 3.4 ounces of liquid. What do you like to carry on so that you have food to eat, particularly on longer trips? Thanks so much.